Concerts are often spaces where people escape reality, singing along to their favorite songs, losing themselves in the music, and sharing unforgettable moments with friends or loved ones. But for one HR executive, what should have been a carefree evening at a Coldplay concert quickly turned into a life-altering incident. The now viral moment occurred during the band's signature, Kiss Cam, segment, a light-hearted tradition where couples in the audience are spotlighted on the big screen, often sharing a quick kiss to the delight of thousands. It's meant to be fun, spontaneous, and harmless. But sometimes, it reveals more than anyone expects. When the camera landed on the HR executive and her boss seated together, their visibly intimate reaction sparked immediate curiosity, and within hours, intense speculation. The kiss cam moment that changed everything. Eyewitnesses described the moment as awkward yet telling. As the camera focused on them, the pair reportedly hesitated before sharing a brief, somewhat uncomfortable interaction. The crowd reacted with cheers at first, unaware of the deeper implications. However, those who recognized the individuals, or later identified them online, quickly realized this wasn't just any couple. The woman was a senior HR executive at a well-known company. The man beside her, her direct superior, someone with significant influence over her professional standing. What might have remained a fleeting, unnoticed moment quickly became a viral sensation as concertgoers began sharing clips across social media platforms. Within hours, the video had been viewed millions of times, sparking debates, outrage, and endless commentary. A shocking twist: the estranged husband was there. As the story spread, a new and even more dramatic layer emerged. Sources close to the situation revealed that the HR executive's estranged husband was also present at the same concert, on a date. The revelation added an emotional and complicated dimension to an already explosive situation. According to reports, the couple had been separated for some time, though not formally divorced. Their relationship status, while strained, still carried legal and emotional weight. The fact that all three individuals were under the same roof, unknowingly participating in intersecting personal dramas, has captured public fascination. It raises an almost cinematic question: was it coincidence, or a moment of fate that brought everything into the open? Workplace boundaries under scrutiny. Beyond the personal drama, the incident has sparked serious discussions about workplace ethics, particularly the relationship between the HR executive and her boss. Human resources professionals are typically tasked with upholding company policies, addressing employee concerns, and maintaining ethical standards. Their role often involves handling sensitive issues like workplace relationships, harassment claims, and conflicts of interest. When an HR executive is involved in a personal relationship with a direct superior, it raises several red flags. Conflict of interest: can the HR executive remain impartial in handling workplace matters involving her boss? Power dynamics: even if consensual, relationships between employees and supervisors often involve inherent power imbalances. Policy violations: many companies have strict policies regarding workplace relationships, especially those involving reporting lines. In this case, the situation is even more complex because of the executive's role in enforcing those very policies. The social media firestorm: as the video spread, social media users wasted no time weighing in. Some expressed sympathy for the HR executive, noting that her personal life had been thrust into the spotlight without her consent. Others criticized her for what they perceived as unprofessional behavior, especially given her role. The boss also faced scrutiny, with many questioning his judgment and professionalism. Discussions ranged from ethical concerns to broader critiques of workplace culture. Meanwhile, the estranged husband became an unexpected focal point. Many users empathized with his position, imagining the shock of witnessing, or later discovering, the viral moment involving his spouse. Memes, commentary threads, and think pieces quickly followed, turning a private situation into a global talking point. Privacy versus public exposure. One of the most debated aspects of this story is the issue of privacy. On one hand, the individuals involved were in a public setting, a concert attended by thousands. The kiss cam is a known feature, and being filmed is part of the experience. On the other hand, the scale of exposure, millions of views, widespread sharing, and intense scrutiny, raises questions about whether the reaction has gone too far. Does a brief moment on a stadium screen justify the level of intrusion that followed? Or is this simply the reality of living in a digital age where anything can go viral? The answer likely lies somewhere in between, but the incident highlights the fragile boundary between public moments and private lives. The emotional fallout: While much of the conversation has focused on ethics and professionalism, the human element cannot be ignored. For the HR executive, the incident likely brought intense stress, embarrassment, and personal turmoil. Having a private relationship, or even the perception of one, exposed so publicly can be overwhelming. For her estranged husband, the situation is equally complex. Even in a strained relationship, seeing, or hearing about, such a moment can be deeply painful. And for the boss, the fallout extends beyond personal embarrassment to potential professional consequences. These are real people dealing with real emotions, even as the world watches from a distance. Corporate consequences loom. In situations like this, companies often face pressure to respond. Depending on the organization's policies, potential outcomes could include internal investigations, disciplinary action, reassignment of roles, public statements to address concerns. For an HR executive, the stakes may be even higher. Their credibility depends on their ability to enforce rules fairly and maintain trust within the organization. If that trust is compromised, it can have lasting implications, not just for the individuals involved, but for the company as a whole. A broader reflection on workplace relationships. This incident has reignited a broader conversation about workplace relationships. While many companies allow consensual relationships between employees, they often impose strict guidelines, especially when there is a direct reporting relationship. The key concerns typically include maintaining professionalism, avoiding favoritism, ensuring transparency. In some cases, employees are required to disclose relationships to HR. Ironically, in this case, the HR executive herself would have been responsible for managing such disclosures. The situation underscores the importance of clear policies and consistent enforcement. The role of viral culture. The speed at which this story spread highlights the power and danger of viral culture. A single moment, captured on video, can be amplified beyond anyone's control. Context is often lost, replaced by speculation and assumptions. While social media can bring attention to important issues, it can also turn private struggles into public spectacle. In this case, the viral nature of the incident has transformed a personal situation into a global conversation, with all the benefits and drawbacks that entails. What happens next? As the dust begins to settle, several questions remain. Will the company take formal action? How will the individuals involved navigate the personal fallout? Will this incident lead to changes in workplace policies or public attitudes? For now, much remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that this moment has had far-reaching consequences, far beyond what anyone could have anticipated during a night at a concert. Final thoughts. The Coldplay Kiss Cam incident serves as a powerful reminder of how quickly life can change in the digital age. What began as a simple, fleeting moment became a catalyst for discussions about relationships, ethics, privacy, and the impact of social media. At its core, the story is about people, imperfect, complex, and navigating situations that don't always have clear answers. As the world continues to watch and comment, it's worth remembering that behind every viral clip is a human story, one that deserves empathy as much as it invites scrutiny.